You ever notice how a person can walk into a room the same way they always have, but the air around them feels different? Not colder, not darker, just changed. That's the thing with Erika. At first, the shift was so slight you'd miss it if you weren't paying attention, but now it's like the change has settled into her bones, into the quiet corners behind her eyes. Not a change that screams, a change that hums, and people feel it even if they can't explain it. I started paying attention the same way folks do when they sense that something true is happening just beneath the surface. Not dramatic, not sensational, just real, honest. Those are the changes worth watching. You see it in how she stands now. Feet planted, shoulders steady, chin a little higher, not out of pride but out of necessity. It's the posture of somebody who's learned that life can shift without warning, so you might as well meet the wind head on. I remember seeing her at an event months after the dust settled, cameras off, lights dimming, people leaving in clusters, whispering about dinner plans and rides home. She stood alone near the back wall, hands clasped together like she was holding onto something fragile. There was no sadness on her face, none of that cinematic grief people imagine. What I saw was contemplation, a kind of deep, slow-moving reflection, the kind that doesn't ask for attention. She didn't notice me watching, and I didn't approach. Some moments don't need witnesses, they just need space. She closed her eyes for a second, and I swear the whole room felt like it paused with her. When she opened them again, there was a new steadiness there. Not the old certainty she used to lead with, but a quieter, more grounded kind. It's like she decided in that moment that whatever storms came next, she wasn't going to meet them as the person she used to be. She was going to meet them as who she is now, a woman shaped by both love and loss, still standing, still learning, still listening. People expect grief to look loud. They expect tears, breakdowns, public displays of heartache. But the truth is, grief is crafty. It shows up in the pauses between words, in the way someone stares a little longer than usual at something meaningless, in the way they laugh softer, speak slower, protect their peace like it's made of glass. Erika's grief never came in waves. It came in tides, slow, steady, reshaping her without permission. And what folks don't realize is that grief isn't just sadness. Grief is a mirror. It shows you the parts of yourself you never noticed when life was easy. And in Erika's case, it revealed strength that had been quiet, tucked away, unused. A strength she didn't know she'd need. A strength that surprises people because it doesn't roar. It whispers, it hums, it stands still when others would crumble. There's something in the way she listens now. Really listens. Before, she heard people the way most of us do, waiting for her turn to speak, trying to be present, trying to be helpful. Now she listens like every sentence is a fragile truth someone's afraid to share. She listens like time is precious, like the world deserves her attention, not just her presence. That's a shift that only life can teach you. One afternoon, she sat down on a wooden bench outside a building after a long, exhausting day. The sun was dropping low, giving the sky that warm, honey-colored glow. Her hands rested on her lap, fingers still, eyes on the horizon. I could tell she wasn't thinking about the event she'd just finished. She wasn't thinking about the people who'd shaken her hand or the cameras that followed her. She was thinking about time, about memory, about how quickly everything can change. And it hit me that she's been living in the in-between for a while now. The space between what was and what will be. That space, that's where people truly change. She used to move with a kind of purpose that came from having someone beside her who believed in her, someone who shared the weight of the world. Now she moves with a different kind of purpose, the kind that comes from knowing the weight is hers to carry alone, and instead of breaking her, that weight is shaping her. Her voice changed too. It's softer now, but stronger at the same time. More measured, more rooted. She chooses her words like she's building something with them, something lasting, something worth remembering. There's no rush in her tone, no need to fill silence. She lets silence breathe. She lets it settle. She lets it speak. People underestimate how powerful that is. I once watched her in a conversation with a group of young folks, all eager, all talking over each other, all trying to impress her. She didn't rush them. She didn't dominate the conversation. She waited, and when she finally spoke, the whole room leaned in. Her words weren't loud or dramatic. They were simple, honest. Something like, you don't have to chase direction. Sometimes you just have to stand still long enough to hear it. And you could feel the room sharpen into focus, like everyone suddenly understood what silence is supposed to feel like. That's the change people are talking about. She's not trying to live up to the version of herself the world expects. She's trying to live up to the version of herself that survives the hard things, the real things, the things that don't make headlines but shape a person from the inside out. Her friends have noticed it too. They say she's more intentional with her presence, more thoughtful with her energy. She doesn't show up everywhere anymore. She doesn't entertain chaos. She values her peace like it's a scarce resource. And maybe it is. After a loss, peace becomes something you have to rebuild one breath at a time. I saw her walk through a crowded hallway recently. People parted around her, not because she demanded it, but because she carried herself like someone walking through her own storm with her own compass. Not lost, not broken, just focused, grounded, clear. And clarity looks a lot like mystery to people who don't recognize it. She's still kind, still warm, still gracious. But now her kindness has boundaries around it. Not walls, just subtle fences to protect the parts of her that are still healing. She gives, but she doesn't drain herself. She listens, but she doesn't absorb everyone else's weight. She smiles, but only when the moment deserves it. There's a night I keep thinking about. A quiet night. No cameras, no stage, no big speeches. Just her sitting with a small group of friends. They laughed, they told stories, they reminisced about lighter times, brighter days, jokes told long ago. And every now and then, her laughter faded into a reflective stillness, as if her mind drifted somewhere softer, somewhere sacred. Not sad, just remembering. That kind of remembering where the love is stronger than the loss. There's a beauty in that. There's power in it. There's healing tucked inside it. And something tells me she's learning that healing doesn't mean forgetting. Healing means learning how to walk with memory instead of being chased by it. She's not the same woman she was before, and thank God she isn't. Life isn't meant to leave us unchanged. We're meant to evolve, to transform, to shed the versions of ourselves that can't survive the storms we never saw coming. She's doing that, slowly, intentionally, quietly. And yes, something is different. Something is undeniably, profoundly different. But it's not a warning sign. It's not a secret. It's not a mystery begging for scandal. It's growth. Deep, internal, soul level growth. The kind of change that happens when a person realizes they're still here, still breathing, still capable of building a future out of pieces they never expected to hold. The kind of change that teaches you that strength isn't loud, it's steady, And if she keeps walking this way, keeps listening to the compass inside her, keeps honoring both where she's been and where she's going to come out of this season carrying a wisdom that only life can teach. Something's different about her, yes. But maybe that difference is exactly who she was always meant to become. Enjoy this video. Don't forget to subscribe for more information and more videos like this.